Alright, welcome back everyone. My name is Pratesh here with Kaizen Crypto, bringing you another video. So I hope you guys are all doing well. Thank you so much for joining me today. In this video, I wanted to share with you all some details on what we can anticipate for the rest of the year from the Cardano project. We're anticipating here very soon on July 29th the Shelley hard fork. So I wanted to talk about in this video what we can anticipate going forward. Also, we can see MasterCard is in the news, expanding their cryptocurrency program to allow more firms to issue cards on its network. Very big news, as well as PayPal reportedly offering crypto trading through Paxos partnership. I wanted to give you all some details regarding that, as well as some technical analysis. If you do stay till the end of the video, we're going to be taking a look at some price charts here for Cardano. So all of that is going to be here in this video, so stay tuned. Alright everyone, thank you all so much for joining me today. I really do appreciate you watching. To get things started, if you guys do find some value from this video today, please be sure to hit that like button. If you haven't done so already, and if you want to stay updated with Cardano content, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Also click that notification bell so you know exactly when I post a new video. If you do have any comments or questions about anything that we're talking about today, be sure to let me know down in the comments section. As far as taking a look at what we can see in this article, the hard fork that will turn Cardano into a decentralized cryptocurrency will take place on July 29th. So Charles Hoskinson gave some details about this in one of his recent whiteboard videos. I wanted to go over briefly some of the key points that he had mentioned as far as what we can anticipate going forward for the rest of the year. So after the Shelley hard fork on July 29th, all of the people that ran their stake pools on the Shelley incentivized testnet will start turning on their infrastructure. This will continue until August 18th, when staking is set to be in full swing. When August comes, the majority of the efforts will be focused on the decentralization of the network. Teams will be diligently working on decentralization efforts such as conducting peer-to-peer experiments and turning on various relays. Further work on decentralization will happen parallel to Voltaire, the era of the Cardano blockchain that will introduce governance. At the tail end of July, the Voltaire team is set to introduce concepts of ballots. Then a big part of the conversation about Voltaire in August will be about how the community can submit those ballots to the DC fund and get the opportunity to get their ideas and projects funded by the network. The basic concept of the DC fund is that it's set to launch a new funding initiative every 6 to 8 weeks, which will grow both in size and sophistication as time goes by. And what's very interesting is that the native wallets for Cardano, namely Daedalus and Yoroi, will eventually start supporting voting directly from the wallet. August is also set to see the final work on Ledger and Trezor updates. Charles Hoskinson said that both IOHK and Vacuum Labs have had quite a time updating the two hardware wallets because both devices lack some of the software capabilities required for Cardano. The hardware wallet center in Daedalus Flight was scheduled to be released back in June, but fell short of the deadline due to these difficulties. Despite several major developments scheduled for August, next month will be a slow one for Cardano. Charles explained that the core Cardano teams will get some much-deserved rest and focus mostly on updating the remaining documentation. However, it won't be all rest and no action in August. Where the core engineering team will slow down, the Voltaire team will pick up the pace. If everything goes according to plan and there are no major hiccups in its development, Voltaire will see major progress in September and October. He expects that Voltaire features will be released on Daedalus during the 2 fall months. Come September, Native Assets and the Plutus Foundation will be what the teams will be occupied with. The teams already have a strong candidate for Native Assets. A competing team is currently looking at stablecoins and security tokens and will work parallel to the core engineering team on a crucial aspect of Native Assets on Cardano, an ERC20 converter. Hoskinson explained that the heavy lifting for the second team will begin in September, when they'll focus on finding a way to convert ERC20 tokens on the Ethereum network to Cardano. While they're up for the hard work, Hoskinson believes that both teams will gain velocity and finish their work within the month. He compared this velocity and transition similar to that of changing the tires on a car while it's running. Creating a strong foundation on Plutus, which Hoskinson believes is one of the most ambitious and promising programming languages, will attract more people to Cardano and offer both individuals and businesses more flexibility and opportunities than other blockchain platforms. IOHK has so far deployed a team that will work alongside businesses and help them create decentralized applications on the network. Hoskinson said that this will be done using a strategy called adoption, collaboration, incentives, and deployment, or the ACID strategy. Under this strategy, the first order of business for the team will be to find individuals and entities that want to build on Cardano and collaborate with them. Then incentivize them either with CCIs or the DC fund. Hoskinson also left the possibility of Emergo or the Cardano Foundation taking over some of the incentivization. When it comes to DApp deployment, Hoskinson said that an app interface in Atlas and several features in Daedalus will help developers deploy their products on Cardano. This, however, doesn't mean that IOHK's grip over the development of Cardano will continue. The company's 5-year contract to lead the development of the blockchain platform is set to expire at the end of 2020, when the community will decide whether or not to renew it. If the contract is renewed, IOHK will focus on resurrecting Hydra, the iteration of Cardano's Ouroboros protocol that offers off-chain scalability. Hydra, according to Charles Hoskinson, has already evolved to a point where IOHK feels comfortable pursuing it further. As a total unit, Hydra doesn't require any hard or soft forks to be deployed and can be laid over any software. This is why the company has ramped up efforts to bring the most out of the protocol while they can. A separate team is currently looking into using Hydra for cross-chain communication. This also isn't the only repurposing project that's set to see the light of day. Hoskinson explained that significant effort will be put into exploring product synergy at Cardano, with the biggest effort being the combination of Prism, Cardano's on-chain identity solution, and Atlas, Cardano's blockchain explorer. The combination of the two will enable decentralized ID registration, which Hoskinson says can be useful for everything from keeping friends lists to opening secure communication channels and SPOs. However, this will most likely take off at the very end of the year. Until then, teams working at IOHK will deliver multi-sig in September and October. The multi-signature specs will enable stake locking, but will most likely be reused for other features. Several papers on Ouroboros will also be released in the fall and will most likely be followed by 1 or 2 cleanup papers that will encapsulate everything that's been done during the summer. So an incredible amount of work that is taking place right now. We can see that the development team is going to be winding down just a little bit to catch up on some much needed rest, but after that it's full steam ahead. And there are so many different things to be excited for, because what we're looking at essentially is going to be Shelley sometime in August, and following very shortly after that we are going to be anticipating Goguen with smart contracts. Now, Voltaire is actually going to be implemented to a point where we're actually going to be able to start voting using most likely an app or some type of user interface, whether it's Daedalus or Yoroi. So some type of user interface that allows stakeholders to actually vote on certain ballots. Now, these ballots could be anything from stake pool parameters. They could be research and development for funding smart contract developers. It could be, even in this case, we can see the contract for renewing the 5-year term for IOHK to continue their development on the Cardano project. So things like that are what is really going to set Cardano apart when it comes time to really show the world what a true decentralized cryptocurrency looks like. Now, I wanted to go ahead and move on here. We're taking a look at some interesting news. Namely, we can see quite a few big names in the world of finance. So we can see MasterCard has expanded their cryptocurrency program to allow more companies to issue cards on its network. MasterCard has expanded its cryptocurrency program to make it easier for companies in the space to issue their own payment cards. The company has signed a deal with Wirex that makes the London-based startup the first native cryptocurrency platform to gain principal membership. That effectively means that Wirex can now directly issue cards on MasterCard's network. Very cool. So they are looking at cryptocurrency, and we can see here last year we saw that Coinbase launched its own card in a partnership with Visa. So these big names are starting to become aware of what blockchain technology is going to be capable of. And PayPal. PayPal is reportedly offering cryptocurrency trading through a Paxos partnership. The service can be used through a simple application programming interface and also manages regulatory compliance. According to CoinDesk, PayPal will use this new service to deliver its crypto trading features. The entrance of PayPal into the digital currency space would signal a major development for the cryptocurrency industry. Absolutely. And if we see here, how many users does PayPal have? 286 million users on PayPal and counting. So think about the amount of adoption that would be represented in that instance. Say if even a fraction of the amount of users currently on PayPal were to start getting into cryptocurrency using that platform, what would that do for the cryptocurrency market as a whole? So very interesting. I think that this is going to be a big driver for mainstream adoption. I think that a lot of people are going to trust a name like PayPal in terms of being able to purchase something like Bitcoin. So very interesting. Let me know what you guys think. I would love to hear from you. Let me know down in the comments section. And lastly, for those of you who have stuck around to the very end, I really do appreciate you watching. Hopefully you have enjoyed this video so far. I wanted to talk about a price chart from Cardano Dan. Cardano Dan has been crushing the content lately on Twitter. If you haven't followed him yet, go ahead and follow him at Cardano Dan. Taking a look at a price chart that he's got here, we're taking a look at Cardano USD on the 4-hour time frame. And I like how he's got these visualizations drawn so we can see this descending channel in our previous, almost like a bull flag pattern that kind of led to a break and then a continuation of this upward move. We've got a level of support that's drawn, this diagonal line. Currently right now we're using this 12-cent horizontal support and just consolidating on that level. So if we were to break past that 13-cent mark, I wouldn't be surprised if we're touching upwards to about 16 or 17 cents, especially with all the developments happening from a fundamental standpoint in terms of the Shelley mainnet launch, staking. We're talking about Goguen, smart contracts, talking about Voltaire. There's so much happening with the Cardano project. So I wanted to go ahead and leave you all with that. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the video today. If you did, please be sure to drop a like for me. It definitely does help out the channel. And again, guys, make sure you hit that subscribe button before you go. All right, everyone. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.